Survivors, it's Mark here and welcome back to the Sanctuary Ark with our character Eve. We're in the North Pyramid where we're about to go off on an experimental journey with the idea to enhance the map here on the Sanctuary externally using a mod, the Simple Spawner mod. An extremely useful mod, one of the best in my opinion, one of my favourite mods. In fact, there's rumours that it may get onto ASA, Ark Ascendant. Now I'm not an Ark Ascendant player, not at the present time, it's too messed up, but if that was running okay and it was out of early access and this was a premium mod, I would buy it. And trust me, I don't like spending money. Alright, we'll check the map. The mini-map needs updating. There's one or two things on here that's mostly it's underwater, you will see anyhow. But the Simple Spawner mod can be used on any Ark map, providing you have it. For instance, if you've got Aberration, you can place Aberration creatures down. But if you're not going to be able to place any of the creatures down. Ark Survival with all its maps is so cheap at the moment. Again, highly recommended Ark Survival Evolve. Right, let's check here. Oh, right, okay. We've got to get some, well, we're full up of items as well. So we'll get rid of all that and then we'll get on with it. Yes, I'm not very happy with Eve, who's not been very organised and still got stuff over from our previous experiments. But we are ready to rock and roll. Okay, so hit the tab key, type in admin cheat script command simple spawners, and we're interested in only 3 of these things here for the time being, but there will be a 4th and we'll sort that out later when we get to it. We're going to want a few of these, so we're going to get the creature spawners. Don't cost anything, this is all sort of cheat modey stuff, just setting up. We'll do 20 of those. Now we do want some loot spawners. Actually, I wasn't going to do the loot spawners quite yet, but we might as well get it all sorted out now. It costs us nothing. We've got summoners, we've got probably 10 of those as well. And we're going to want quite a few of these spawn location thingamajiggamies. Yes, for added precision. Right, I think that's it. I'm not going to go into all the other stuff here. You can play around with it yourselves. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but we're only going to be doing what we want to do here on the Sanctuary Ark. So basically that's the first step. Admin cheat, script command, simple spawners, and then the second step is to create the spawners that are required, which will carry around the map here. We're going to go to one specific place in the future, which we can do a lot of testing. That's going to be interesting and dangerous, and in the underworld. Yeah. Right, time to get on this thing. We're going to get our creature here, our snow owl, and we're going to get over to the location and place our first simple spawner creature. Right, this looks a bit safe. We've got a lot of creatures about. A lot more spawns to be placed in. Yeah, this looks safe enough. I want to put in an Alpha X. Now, like on the island, they can be few and far between, and they're not that great on here. But we have got some high-level Rexes that can be tamed. Anyway, third step, place our first simple spawner. But before we do anything with that, we're going to place a spawner location thingamajigamy. This is where it's going to be more precise. Rather than having a big box, which is more random, you can place, you can place them globally and what have you. Not that it makes any difference, but that was in the air, the other one. So now, the next step, we just rename it, although not necessary, but we want to be organised for the future. That's it. Alpha Rex 1, and it's not necessary that you have to do it in the same order that I'm doing it, but I just put a lot of these sort of things out on the server version. I'm going to be doing a lot more on the single player version too. Okay, next step. Right, we find the creature that we want, and it's an Alpha Rex. Just type in one, click somewhere else, and it'll highlight in green. We'll give it a description so we know what's what when we get to the spawner map. It's a reference to what we have, rather than have loads of numbers everywhere and the word summoner without any right, so the next one is I'm going to respawn interval at 90 minutes. Not going to worry about the despawn time on this thing. None of these we need to worry about too much. Untick the tameable creature thing. this non-tameable creature anyway. Then we're going to change the level range. Well, most of the creatures on there, except for maybe 1 or 2 creatures I've put on a little bit higher level on the Sanctuary Ark. And select increment levels, so they go up in like 5, 10, right up to 150. No 33s and 24s and a mixture of odd weird numbers. Not going to worry too much about that. This area here is going to be negated because we're not going to be using this spawn area thing. We're going to link instead, so it's going to spawn in exactly where we want it to. We check everything, make sure everything's done, selected the creature, done the required settings, all's good, save and close. Yeah, don't worry too much if that happens. A bit of an anomaly there when you come out sometimes. Your character thumps the ball, like thumping balls, does Eve. Yeah, naughty. Let's get a little bit further away because we don't want that thing jumping on top of us. Oh, right, go over here. Right, we want our UI back. Shift F10. Providing you have it active, and them 2 S's are at the bottom there. So we do have a look. We got the 2, the Alpha X here, the creature spawner, and we want to go to send for spawn, so we can spawn in our creature for testing purposes only. There we go. We've got our Alpha X, T-Rex level 70. We'll get out of the way because we don't want to be taken on by that thing. That's our first creature using the simple spawner mod. Where to next, I wonder? Alright, we're at our next location. It's going to be a loot spawner. Not a supply drop, not a loot crate, an OSD. Orbital supply drop. Just checking around, making sure there's no nasties about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're going to have the extinction map downloaded to be able to use this properly. Yeah, I don't think the creatures will appear. But by far your better experience is going to be actually on the Extinction Ark, which is one of my favourite maps actually. Well, except for the Sanctuary, of course. Right, this area has been created deliberately to be able to put these things in, but I am going to be putting creatures in there for these people that don't want to use a simple spawn mod. I'll put this spawn locator down, rename it. Now I can't remember what it's actually called, so what we're going to do, we're going to call it OSD Blue 1, but we're going to rename this when we get back into the simple spawner itself. Alright, let's check around, make sure there's no nasty creatures about, and get our loot spawner down. Right, this should be close enough. Right, let's place our loot spawner. Slightly different colour, I believe. That looks the same colour. Anyhow, let's just get on with this thing. Come on. Look at this list, look, it goes all the way down here, so we want to find our OSDs. Here we go, orbital supply drops, and we're going to go for the blue one, which I believe is the equivalent to gamma. Purple being the hardest one, and I am going to be putting that down in a bit just to see the difference in the creatures that attack you. Yeah, we'll call that OSD blue. We'll change the time to 90 minutes again on that one. Slightly different here. That's it. Don't respawn if... Oh, okay. Yeah. They despawn after a certain time. Loots per respawn. I'm not sure what that is, so I'll leave that for now. We'll change it later on, see if there's any difference. With the loot crates, I think 4 come down instead of 1 and that sort of thing. I don't know, so I'll just leave that. We'll leave the dino level. Be the same as we've got the spawner enabled. We're going to link the spawn. We don't want to worry about that area. You get a box that comes up and it can randomly spawn in anywhere within that box, and you can alter that obviously, and you can even go globally with it, I believe. Meaning they can spawn in all over the map. But in our case, by linking the locations, we've got more of a precise placement area for our orbital drop. Right, let's find a bit of a safe place. We could do a full spawn from the spawner itself, but Eve has had a couple of mishaps, and you'll see why in a bit. Remember, F10 or Shift F10, go to the simple spawner map. Right, there we go. That's our OSD, our first OSD. We're going to send a force spawn to. Yes, and we may just have to wait a minute or two before they come down. Checking the sky. Trust me, you don't want to be in that little cubby hole that I made. No, Zanita and Al found out, as they both got killed and I brought her back up in, so I didn't lose my howl. Oh, here they come. They're meteorites. Looks like we got a dead gravity-defying Pteranodon. Well, would you look at that? That's not very precise. I wanted it in the middle. That's not good. I'll blame Eve. It could take a minute or two to activate this thing, but we'll go and we'll test it out and see what sort of creatures come about. That's where it should have been, in the middle. No, not there, on the edge. Oh, it is what it is, but let's see if we can get this activated. Usually you don't have to wait more than a couple of minutes, but you do need to be in the proximity of the thing. Right, I don't know what we're running, because this shield actually protects us. Oh dear, actually going out quite a ways, this one. Right, okay. Alright, let's have a look, see what creatures are attacking. It's low level, so it shouldn't be too bad. I just heard something. We got Dillo, I think. Is that a Dillo? Yeah, corrupted Dillo. And we'll just wander about. We're not going to be taking these things on or actually doing the scenario. We'll be here forever. It's going to take long enough to do this video as it is. But I'm going to put the next one down, which is going to be the alpha one, or using the proper terminology, a purple one in a certain area that I've prepared. Yeah, that's more or less working. Well, what we can do, we can actually go and destroy it, so it's not active while the other one's active. We don't have to. Well, we've tested that out, so we're going to remove the spawn, but not the scenario. Shift F10 means in another 90 minutes that same scenario is going to occur. And if we're in the area, we'll set it off. If not, it'll despawn within 60 minutes. Right, so we've got to be careful here as well, because we have send destroy command and destroy structure. We don't want to use the destroy structure, but we do. Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and set up the purple one. I'll call it the alpha one. And then we'll see the results of that, because it's the exact same scenario for all three, whether it's the red, the blue or the purple. Exactly the same scenario we've just seen for this particular OSD thing. Right, we've got a couple of scenarios that I want to put here in this area. First one I'm going to skip through and we're going to see the results of it, and then we're going to add something else. So let's get down there. It's going to be a lot more dangerous than this in the future, because I'm going to put a few more spawns in, but for the moment it's looking good. And that's the area we want to be. We'll get our spawners down and then we'll be back. Right, what we've done here, we've actually put another loot in. Oh, I haven't named it yet, look. And it's a meteor shower. The other spoon, well we'll have a look, because you want to see the settings anyway. It's more or less the same as the OSDs. Right, let's have a look. Let's change the settings. Let's have a quick look. Right, we'll rename that. The settings are all the same. We've got 120-minute respawn interval. Loops per respawn. I've got 1 to 1. I just sort of change it, see if there's any difference. Okay. But we're going to go to the purple one, and we're going to go and have a look and see what happens there. And after that, we'll experience a meteor shower. Anyhow, we'll keep an eye out, see what's what. All spawn. And this is probably not going to end too well. There's a few more meteors coming down here, along with the orbital supply drop. This is far more dangerous, being the purple drop. Bullseye. Right, let's go and get this thing activated. Well, it shouldn't be too long because we've been a minute or two all over there. Alright, that's okay. Right, we want to get out of Dodge. As soon as this is activated, we want to get out. Because they'll soon be through this. This is a lot harder scenario. Is it going to go? Come on. There we go. No, we're going to go for it. We should really stay within. Oh no, they're spawning in straight away. Oh gosh, all everywhere. Quick. Gosh, everything here. We're not just dillos this time. What are you doing? Why don't you just stay in there? Look at this man. Oh. I used to like playing Pong. Yeah. About my level. Yes, it's a respawn jobby, that's for sure. Oh, we're back. Yeah, they're still over there trying to take on the OSD. I know I'm not going through the scenarios, but I can tell you the scenarios work. You get lots of good loot, and that'll all be coming up in the future when I do my series, my adventure series. And that, I'm afraid, is going to be towards the end of the year because I've got so much I've got to do before then. Right, one thing to note. We've lost our two S's down there, so simple spawner has been deactivated because we died and respawned. So we're doing another admin cheat script command, simple spawners, to reactivate. Now it's time for the meteor shower. Simple spawner. Loots, meteor shower. Oh, there it's coming here already. You see the small meteorites, the yellow streaks coming down. Now, no matter where you are on the map, you might see these, but this is the area where the actual meteorites attack. We could get a bit damaged here. Got to watch out for. Taking a minute or two by the looks of it. Keeping an eye out. Oh, can hear something. Oh, wait. Oh, here we come. Whoa. This is dangerous. Alright, it intensifies. Goodness me. Don't last too long. Oh. Come on, you want to attack that down there. That's about it. Well, we got away with that go, didn't we? Yeah. Well, trust me, those things can kill. If you get hit by one of those, depending obviously on the level you die, but you're not going to take 2 hits. Let's put it that way. Very dangerous scenario indeed. So that's the meteor shower. Okay, so we're approaching 20 minutes on this video, and there's heaps and heaps of footage yet to put in. So this is going to be the last scenario in this episode, although we'll be doing the summoners, which is really quite easy. It's going to be more for entertainment purposes, the next video. So how to summon the bosses and the big stuff, that's going to be in the next episode. But what we're doing here is we're going to place element veins. Yes, and just to recap, so we're going to do the same thing. We've placed the spawner, which is a loot spawner. Yeah, once you've done it a couple of times, it is so easy. Okay, we need to place the spawner location. Oh, we've got a few items there. A few specimen implants there, girl. Yeah, you like collecting them, don't you? Get this renamed. Oh, save a bit of time. This is test number 3. And I'm cheat flying everywhere, so get through this thing. Oh dear, what we got here? A little bit of action. Right, let's get this fired up. We're looking for element veins. Ah, here we go. Corrupt element nodes. I was looking for veins, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I was looking under E, and it's under C. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do the hard one, which is equivalent to an alpha. And we'll do 120 minutes. And there's 3 of these we could place. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm going to change that to 10 to see if there's any difference. I'm doing a bit more research on that. Everything else is the same there. Yep, one just final check about. Everything's enabled. Yep, we just got to link it. Almost forgot to give it a description, a name. Right, double checking everything once again. Right, now we link it. S3. Alright, Shift F10. Open simple spawner map. A simple spawner loots. And element alpha 1. Send for spawn. Well, that was a bit noisy. Right, we'll activate that by getting in its proximity. No immediate danger. They'll be attacking, there'll be corrupted creatures here, and they'll be attacking the veins, which reduces the amount of goodies that you get. Yeah, it's a much more in-depth scenario. Gosh, that was loud. What was I saying? Yeah, it was, there's waves that come and all sorts, but we're not going to go into the actual total scenario. But I can tell you, it works. Yeah, a lot of element and element dust and other things from here. Yeah, there they are. The creatures attacking it. Eventually they do attack you, especially when you go in there doing the wave, claim the waves. Anyhow, that's the element veins, and that's the big one. There's a lot of it there. Yeah, need some good creatures to protect you, but one creature well worth bringing is a mantis. Collect a lot more element dust, an element shard than any other creature as far as I'm aware. Well, we've covered just a single creature spawn, which was the Alpha X. The rest have all been from the loot spawner, but they're not your traditional loot spawning things. But you do get a lot of stuff from these scenarios. So the only thing left to do now is the summoners, which is going to be, as I say, in the next episode. But to prepare for this video, I've actually underneath in the underworld, I've created what I would call a test area. Some of the creatures that you spawn in are massive. Now they don't all work though, they're a bit buggy, some of them, but there's, well, it's worth having because there are some good stuff. And I'm not going to give too much away in this episode, but it's going to be worth watching. Yeah, I'm planning to get the first sort of information-y bits in at the beginning of the next video, and then the rest of it will be testing them out, definitely the different things and seeing what's what. And I'm expecting it to be highly entertaining, because I've actually recorded a lot of scenarios, but I think I'm going to do some fresh ones, but we'll see what happens with that. As I said, one of my favourite mods of all time, had it for years, excellent. Can enhance your gameplay, whatever map you're on. I'm a server version, the Webbles. We've got stuff spread about, you know, within the Sanctuary. It's mostly me and my brother that have been testing the scenarios. Ooh, we had some fun. I'm dedicated to Ark Survival Evolved, maybe even Ascended in the future, so plenty more stuff to come. So watch this space. But for now, if you're still with us, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Oh yes, yes indeed.